In a distant land surrounded by vast golden fields and towering cypress trees, there was a small monastery where an aging sword master named Hiro trained his students. He was known not only for his unmatched skill, but for his wisdom in the way of the mind. One day, a young warrior named Tier approached him, frustration clouding his face. "Master," Tier sighed, "no matter how much I train, I find myself distracted. The chatter of the others, my doubts and my fears, they cloud my mind. How can I silence them?" Master Hero studied him for a moment, then without a word he picked up a wooden bucket filled to the brim with water and handed it to Tier. "Take this bucket and walk the entire length of the garden without spilling a drop," he instructed. Tier looked at the water and nodded. He took a deep breath and stepped forward, carefully placing one foot in front of the other. The garden is alive with the sound of birds, the sound of rustling leaves and whispers of other students. But Tier didn't hear anything. His entire focus was on the water, making sure not a single drop escaped. Time passed, and he finally reached the end of the path. He turned around and walked as carefully as before until he stood in front of the teacher again. He looked down at the bucket, still full. "I have done as you asked," Tier said proudly. Master Hero nodded. "Tell me, what did you hear while you walked?" Tier hesitated. "Nothing," he admitted. "I only thought about keeping the water steady." The old man smiled. "Then you have found your answer. The world is full of noise, but none of it can touch you if you do not let it. Focus is not about silencing the world. It is about choosing what deserves your attention." Tier looked down at his hands, then back at his teacher, understanding now what he had missed. From that day, when he trained with all his heart. When he fought with clarity. And when the world around him grew loud, he simply held his sword as he once held the bucket, steadily and with purpose.